So here we were on this historic day, 5th November. On this night in 1605, Guy Fawkes, a dissident, was arrested while guarding a cache of gunpowder in what's now famously kent as a gunpowder plot. A failed attempt to bring down Westminster and in so doing remove the then head of Parliament, the King, and his entire political order. As we all ken, Guy failed, and just 100 years later Scotland itself was tied to what Guy and his companions had tried to destroy. The Treaties of Union 1707 bound Scotland, not in a union of equals as propagandists would have us believe, but under the direct rule of Westminster and the numerical superiority of English MPs. The signing the Union was firstly voluntary. As them with title signed, sovereign Scots across the land rioted, and in so doing began the long struggle we continue to this day, the struggle to re-establish Scotland as a normal independent nation, in control of its own finances, its own resources, and for the benefit of us Scots, with none left a hint.
Tonight we gather here as sovereign Scots, by birth or choice, not to celebrate the failure of those dissenters, but to put fire to the failure that is this union. And, like the border balefires of old, we hope our fire will ignite similar fires across Liddesdale, Eskdale and Annandale to our west, Berwickshire to our east, and all the way up to the Lammermuirs on the Forth. From land clearances to starvation, Westminster rule has always posed a danger to Scotland. In 1845, Westminster presided over the Great Hunger, where over 1 million Scots and Irish died, priced out of the market for their own grains. As the potato crop failed, financial opportunism, Westminster policy, and the greed for corporate profit ensured whole families would starve. Today, we see the very same thing happening with energy. While Scotland produces more renewable electricity than it can consume, over 90% of the UK's oil and more than 50% of the UK's gas, under Westminster policy, Scots are priced out of heating and eating. Our energy wealth shipped south for free, where it is sold for profit on the international market, not to the benefit of Scots, but that of the private ownership Westminster exists to protect.
We standing here tonight reject the oft-told fiction that this is a union of equals. We reject Westminster rule. We reject this union in service to greed and corporate profit. The union has failed Scotland. Westminster rule has failed Scotland. And on this night, we condemn both to this fire. What we hold in our hands are copies of the Treaty of Union Scotland Act 1707, and in condemning them to this fire, we ask our elected representatives to do likewise and end this union to the great benefit of all Scots.